I'm gonna have to keep going. They say every time I'm trying my best not to use no $20 cuss words, but we about to move up to 10. He's on now. Oh, can you hear me? See, I forget to pick these up. I got
Yeah.
braids in. How you doing?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can. I
Great.
can. How are you?
Okay, how you doing? Thank you for inviting me on.
Thank you. Thank you. So go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Eric DeLoach. I'm a book author, and then also I have two shows on YouTube. One is American Authors and Others, and that deals with book authors in America and ac- across the world, and also actors, inventors. We had like out of world renowned jazz artists, different things like that. And then black authors and others, that's similar, but we really want to cater to really bringing out black excellence and black talent in terms of being black authors, and also other areas into the entertainment industry as well, like personalities,
Okay.
media personalities, things like that.
Okay. Okay. So, what are some things that in your travels, in your workings and everything like that, some of the common things that I've been talking about unlearning all day, so I'll start that with you. What are some things that you would like, you think people should know in their field that they need to unlearn?
Uh,
It's a good one, ain't it?
I don't know per se. I just think that we want you to share, your talents,
Mm-hmm.
and I think people are always interested in knowing about talented people, especially in the arts. How did they start? How did the talent come to them? How did they know that they had talent? And just kind of share with the public their journey to becoming who they are, and their voice and whatever talent that they give to the public. We just really want to kind of expose the talent that's out there, especially in the black community.
Okay. Okay. That makes perfect sense. And now, how do they go about ordering your books and everything?
Okay, well, let me just tell you about the book I have out currently. It's I'm kind of on the left side of politics, and the title is called "Trump: The Colossal Poison," and that talks about economics. It talks, for example, surprisingly, when I was researching something about black women during the time of Trump, there were certain attempts to kill black women, and some successful um, events that happened that killed black women, and it was due to Trump saying, being very negative and being and just saying negative things about black women and different individuals.
He
So
just talked
that
about
was an
names.
interesting thing. Yeah,
Excuse me.
that
Yeah.
was an interesting thing that I found. And it was kind of disturbing. Thank God he's not in office now. I talk about religion in the book, how you have the religious right or whatever, but we won't get so political. It's very interesting. This book is kind of trying to tell you about different things, talk about the different murders that happened during that time period, and up to the point of us getting ready to elect our president. So that book is out currently. I have a second book I just finished. It's called America, We Have Won. I got to do the editing on that, and that'll be out. Then I went to San Francisco. I used to live out there, but I live in Athens, Georgia now. I used to live in New York and stuff. But anyway, I went to San Francisco and did a picture book. That should be out pretty soon. And the fourth book that I know that
Mm-hmm.
particularly black women and I think black men are going to be very interested in, it's going to be about Kevin Samuels and the talking about the Black Manosphere, how that has kind of taken over the country and over the world, catering to black men and try to deal with the relationships between black men and black women.
Okay. So when it comes to Kevin Samuels, okay. So explain that just a little bit more for me. I was
Okay,
trying to
with Kevin
I was trying to
Samuels,
sugarcoat, and I got the stuttering, and that don't work for me. So explain it to me a little bit.
I think Kevin Samuels overall, uh, 99.9 or maybe 100% is a good person. I think that a lot of people are not they're not used to that type of tactfulness and the way that he may communicate, and it may not be the normal way that you know that you would see someone communicate or whatever, but he has his own style, like it's a show style. But he's really trying to get at bringing black men and black women together, and trying to, in particular, with dealing with the women, ladies, trying to let them know that you try to make the right moves as young as possible and as early as possible that you can get a mate. I think with black men, he's trying to tell them, get yourself prepared. Get yourself educated, or get yourself a business, plumbing, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in position that you can that you can be valuable to a black woman, and that you can take care of her if she decides that you're a good mate for her, and her family feels the same way. It's kind of a certain way that he goes about it, and I understand, but I think in the end goal is to try to bring more black men and black women together, married, and in black families, and carry the legacy on that we can be successful, because we are a great community and great people.
Okay, and I don't necessarily get that from good old Kevin Samuels, because I more so get the vibe that you don't even like black women. But I just hope, everybody's interpretation of it is differently. And I do believe there are a lot more black men who have the same goal, that do it in a more in a better way. I don't think everything has to be met with aggression and demeaning, especially when you've hit. For him, I don't understand where he takes the position of bringing black families together when he's had 3 failed marriages. But I digress. I respect everybody's opinion on that.
Well, you get ready for that. Get ready for that book, and I think I'll be able to explain the Black Manosphere, Fresh and Fit.
Okay.
Some of the other people, and really kind of, because it's kind of underground thing for quite some time. It's kind of misunderstood, and I do understand there are people out there that are in that media space that are, you may call extremists, and approaching it in a certain way that may not be helpful to black women in the black community and black men. But I hope that my book will be one tool that can bring it back on course, that group. But there overall, to try to make the black community better. Let's get our black men and black women married. But what I say about black women, you guys are excellent. But I think that we want to see that they also pursue black men, and at a younger age, and kind of look at them. The black men, correction probably needs to be focused on getting your career together, getting educated, and getting your business together, so that you can take care of a black woman and have children and really enrich our community. So that we just want improvements and help on both sides, and we're great people.
We are. I might have to have you back on my show, because we have to go into that right there, because for one, I don't know why this narrative keeps coming up, but most of the time, both black men marry and date black women, and the same for black women. So when I hear people say, you just said date black men first, I'm like, who else was we dating for then? So I think I'm gonna reach out to you, have you back on my show, where we can really go in depth with that right there, because that is a whole lot to unpack. So
yes,
how can they find you on social media, and how can they order your books?
Yeah, you can go to Amazon, excuse me, and you can order Trump, the Colossal Poison. I talk about the black community in here. I talk about I talk about the international issues and stuff like that, and I really go over the different death cop shootings, and I go and different things that were going on, and it gives you the atmosphere of what happened right prior to the election. And I would like to think that it influenced some people to vote opposite of Trump. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, again, thank you so much. Much success on all of your projects. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting it up with us here on The Rundown. And we'll catch you next time. Make sure that you go and follow him and support him. And now we're going to move on to our next interview. We already switched over. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
IBNX Radio.